Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 25th. We're going to jump right in here. You have this wolf card. It says cunning and stealth. You have this teeth card. It says control and change on it. So before I open my mouth, let's see here. You have the Nine of Cups, the King of Swords, and the King of Wands. So there's clearly a change coming in for you here. This could be a change that you are trying to control, but you can't, especially with that King of Swords. King of Swords kind of represents law and order. So, he can kind of, it could be in more of like the ways of karma is what I'm trying to spit out here, Taurus. So it looks to me like there could be some sort of change coming into your life here. I would make sure that you're in alignment with the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about bathing in the energy of something that you want, and so that you can have it. So, if you want wealth, then be in the energy of wealth. It doesn't mean you have to have the wealth. It just means be in the energy. Same thing with love. If you want love, then just be in the energy of exactly what you want. And it's funny, you have this birds of a feather card. So again, it's like you are the, what do they say? You are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? So, again, I feel for a lot of you, it's like if you want something, it doesn't even have to be people, but I would be surrounding yourself with exactly what you want in your life. And, I feel you will get it. I wouldn't worry too much about the Tower. First off, it's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So, that last row is going to be good no matter what. But also, everybody's been getting the Tower lately. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of global Tower moment or something like that. You have the Nine of Cups here. The Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. But again, just judging by this reading, and plus, based off of what the Nine of Cups really represents, which is bathing in the energy of what you want, then, I feel that's what you need to do here, is just be in the energy and surround yourself with the, kind of like the right things, or the right circumstances. And if there are things in your life that, are the opposite, then I would get rid of those things as well. This is really a card of, really protecting your energy, or making sure that you protect your energy as well. You have the King of Swords. King of Swords is like the ultimate truth. And that's what I'm hearing in my head is like ultimate truth. But I feel this is your truth. I feel it's saying like, hey, that you know what the truth is. You know that what you should surround yourself with and what you shouldn't surround yourself with. So, make sure to stick to that truth and don't allow anything else to enter into your energy, right? And I would be very specific with that. You have the King of Wands. King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. He's also very nurturing in a lot of ways. He is like the true entrepreneur in the tarot, but that doesn't mean that he has a business. It just means that anything that he cares about in his life, he really, really nurtures it into existence. He really fathers something into existence. He raises it up as if it were like a baby, right? So I think that anything that you're working on, it's going to be very important for you to like really nurture those things into existence, the things that you really, really care about, the things that really, fulfill you and make you feel joy and happiness and, all that other stuff. I really, really feel that you need to like nurture those things into existence with the King of Wands. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles here. Three of Pentacles is like work hard, play hard. Or no, it's not. But I was getting that in this reading. That's why I just said it. So I'm gonna say this again to you in your reading. But I do think work hard, play hard is important for you. But it's a card of teamwork, and again, I do feel like teamwork could be very beneficial for you. It's also a card of quality work as well. So I would be focusing on the quality of your work. Again, obviously, if you're doing bad work, I'm not saying you are, but then you're not living the King of Swords, the ultimate truth, right? So if you do really good work, then you're bathing in the energy of what you want, and that's what you're going to get here. With the King of Swords, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of marriage. Some of you, there is love here. You could be meeting a person that you will marry. It's probably, I would say, is it an air sign? Maybe. I don't really, I think it could be any sign. I think the King of Swords is more saying that you could be attracting someone who's like older than you, who you see as a King of Swords. And it could be any gender, whatever gender you're attracted to, right? But a King of Swords is someone who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. So someone that you see as being very wise as well. It could be a Virgo, it could be any sign. But again, you have the Hermit right here. The Hermit also has a lot of knowledge and wisdom, but it could lead to marriage in the future if you're looking for love. With the King of Wands, you have the King of Wands. Could be a fire sign as well. But the King of Wands, I really feel, is more talking about kind of like how you work on something, aggressively. I would be, I think that you really need to attack something here, or, really put your heart into something and kind of give it your all, like whatever you are thinking about, especially if you're thinking about working on a project or a business or whatever. Again, he really nurtures things into existence, and I think that would be good for you here with the King of Wands. Next, in the area of your next big change, there's this card that says, there's more to know than what you currently know, Hermit. We'll talk about that in a minute. Spend more time on spiritual growth. Yes. So you literally start with the Four of Swords, which is a card of meditation. So, I think that meditation would be a good idea for you. I also feel that the education could be very important for you as well. You have the Hermit showing up here, and the Hermit would really kind of represent, you have the Four of Swords, the Hermit, and the Five of Swords. The Hermit, he has to go through something like a dark night of the soul to be able to get to the other side. So, I feel for a lot of you that, you could really be putting in the work here with the Hermit, to learn new things. I feel like you've been through a lot, and, the Hermit says that your experiences are extremely valuable, but he's hiding his experiences. He's got that lantern right there, and I love the Hermit, but, he's got that lantern, and that lantern has a star in it, and I would say he needs to blast that star all over the place. He has experiences that are valuable to somebody, and by sharing his experiences, he can become like more abundant, more successful, so it's like if you have things like stories inside of you, you could be writing a book, you could be starting a YouTube channel where you share your stories or whatever. It's like, but you could also be applying your stories to a new business or to a new relationship. Like, I'm getting all those things, right? I kind of feel this is saying like you are, I kind of feel that you are discounting your blessings, and I say that because of the Four of Swords. There's a person right here who's being blessed by another person. He's like hoping and praying for blessings, but I feel like you have a lot of blessings, but you just need to see them. These blessings could be stories that are valuable to other people. I always tell people, it's like, turn your pain, get the gold from the bad things that you've been through, right? If you've been through, anything that has hurt you or caused problems or whatever, that there is gold in those things. I always tell people, like, look at all the like best books about that are like biographies, right? Or that are about like starting a business. Those books, it would be boring if it was just like, oh, I woke up one morning and became a billionaire. Nobody wants to read that story. People want to read the story where it's like, I went through struggle. I overcame all these problems, and then I became a billionaire, right? So it's like, again, that's what I mean by get the gold for the things that you've been through. If all those people that wrote books like that didn't go through those things, then nobody would read their book. No one would care, right? So it's like, that just proves that the things that you've been through are very, very valuable, right? You have the Five of Swords. I feel like there's some sort of risk that you have to take right here going this way. You could be interested in a person, and it's like you're fearing a tower moment, or you're fearing that, something will happen. And I would like let go of your fears with this energy, number one. Number two, I kind of feel like you have to take a risk, at this time. It could be, and you have the Page of Pentacles wanting to pop out there as well. But you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Strength card. It's like the risk of being strong. The Hermit would also be the risk of exposure, which I think with Pluto going into Aquarius officially next year, the biggest risk we can all take is the risk of exposure. But it's not like being exposed. It's more being exposed for being wrong, being exposed for giving wrong information, or being exposed on YouTube, putting information out and people calling you stupid or something like that in the comments, right? So it's like that's the risk that we will all feel, but we have to do it anyway. And people are going to call you stupid, fat, and every other name in the book that you could possibly imagine. So it doesn't matter. With the Four of Swords, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card of like knowing that that you can do something. And I always say like the more you believe in yourself, the better with the Seven of Wands. That's like how you can be super successful with that card. With the Hermit, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, you have twice here. Love it. It is a card of independence, but really it's a card of balanced energy. I'm going to show you on this one here that she has 3 pentacles over here and 6 pentacles over here. So she's willing to give 3 pentacles to any situation that she's involved in, and she always keeps more than enough energy for herself. So I know a lot of people read her as single, but it's not necessarily true. It's more about how you give energy to the situations in your life, including love. With the Five of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords. Some of you have maybe been stabbed in the back in the past. And that could be making you a little bit nervous to go out and find love. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but it does show up a little bit here. So, again, if you want love, I feel that it would be a good time to go out and get it, go on dates, things like that. But just, pay attention, right? and let go of the fear of being stabbed in the back with the Ten of Swords. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Birds of a Feather card, and you have this Deep Breath card as well. So I do feel it'd be a good time to take a deep breath. Like I said, with the Four of Swords, good time for meditation, relaxation, taking care of yourself, all that other stuff. I would make sure that you're surrounding yourself with only good stuff with that Birds of a Feather card. And I'm not even just talking about people. The information that you consume, the experiences that you have. Make sure to surround yourself with positive experiences. I don't think we have to be perfect, but if we're just like 51% more positive than negative, then I think we'll be very successful, and that's all we have to do. So I would say, for the most part, can you just avoid things that make you feel bad? I've been over like the past 3 years, I've been very, very kind of like picky with the things that I watch on TV, even the music I listen to, all that stuff. I've really been making sure that I only listen to stuff that has like good words in it, and I avoid things in experiences and situations that don't make me feel good, right? And it's changed my life. So, I highly recommend it. It's free. It doesn't cost money to, avoid things that are bad for you, right? And that's what I would do here. You have the World, the Two of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune would really tell me as well that it's it's probably impossible for you to ignore this at this time. Like, you will probably notice, the negative things in your life will probably stand out a little bit more, or kind of the people who are negative as well will stand out a little bit more. So, I really see you kind of noticing the things that kind of hold you back anyway in the first place, right? And you're probably avoiding them now. The World, of course, can be a move. Some of you I do feel could be moving. You have the Tower here as well. The Tower can be a move in the World. So, if you're thinking about moving, it definitely looks like it. I also would, kind of feel that this is saying that you should be getting more, like, I feel like you need to get out into the world more. Again, going this way, King of Wands twice, Nine of Pentacles, Hermit to the World. It's kind of like saying to me that you need to, expose yourself to the world. Obviously, don't expose yourself, but we're talking about, putting information out into the world, sharing your ideas or your plans for life, or, whatever your experiences with the world. All that stuff would be very, very good for you. You have the Two of Cups here. Two of Cups is a perfect match. So I do feel that there could be a perfect match coming in for you. This could be someone who's very different than your usual type. The Two of Cups are meant to look very different. Could be a fire sign. Could be any sign, like I said, but, fire definitely stands out. You always get fire. It could be a fiery person as well. But it could start out as communication also. You see how they have the Staff of Hermes right here. The Staff of Hermes just represents communication. So you could like start out talking to a person, then it kind of goes from there. I also feel that this is talking about you and your higher self. I always say that the Two of Cups to me, outside of love, can just be you connecting with your higher self and like what your soul is calling you to do, which is probably why you have the Wheel of Fortune right here. The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny, but it is your destiny how you see it. So I feel that you're kind of on this destined path. I really feel you have the opportunity here to kind of like make, I don't know, like 10 years worth of progress in one. So again, I'm not saying that to be clickbaity. I'm saying that because, if you think about it, it's like I think that there's this collection of information that's been going on through all the challenges and difficulties that you've been going through. Hermit, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is independent because she has a bunch of information. She has these, these grapes behind her. Grapes in the tarot are something that's meant to represent something that's difficult to grow. And so you have a bunch of skills. It's like all that stuff is adding up. That's how I'm seeing your reading in my head. It's like all that stuff is adding up, and you're about to make a lot of progress if you apply the knowledge. So it's like maybe you've been learning how to have a business, or maybe you have a bunch of experiences that you're putting together in a book. It like took you 10 years to get the experiences. Now you're putting it together. Maybe same thing with YouTube, if you're starting a YouTube channel, or same thing if you're starting a business or whatever else. It's like you have all these pieces of the puzzle together, and I feel like you just need to connect the dots. And the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like it's saying it will change your life. It will change your fortunes if you just go back and connect all these dots and these things that you've been through, and you kind of like put it all together. With the World, you have the Five of Swords here. I thought you had the Five of Swords twice. I guess I'm making that up. So I thought so, but I was wrong. Could be a separation that you've experienced. Again, you have the Ten of Swords. There's no doubt about it. I think you've had a difficult separation. Could have happened years ago. And now I feel like it's time for you to open back up. Five of Swords is also a risk. Oh, you do have it. I didn't even see. I'm so dumb today. Look at this. Five of Swords right here. So, again, I feel right here that you need to take a risk. This could be the risk of being wrong. Like I said, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to put YouTube videos out, but you're afraid that people are going to call you names. They're going to call you names. Like I said, trust me. It's like I've been called every name in the book, right? So just ignore it. And that's all you have to do. Just pretend like it doesn't exist. Same thing if you're starting a business. It's like maybe like where you are and where you want to get to. I feel like you're seeing it as this big of a gap, right? Like you see where you are now and like where you want to be way over here off the camera, right? But really, I think what you need to realize is like all this right here could be filled with the past 10 years of your life. It's almost like, I hope this is making sense because it's not making sense to me really, but it's almost like you see this big gap, but really the gap has been filled already because you already know what to do. It's like you already have the knowledge and wisdom, and that's what I'm getting here. Now with the Two of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords. You see things clearly now. Again, some of you could be interested in a person, and you could have your eye on a person with that Two of Cups. So, and sorry, my dog is barking at something. I don't know if you can hear that, but again, I feel like you need to kind of like focus at this time with the Queen of Swords. I also feel that you see things clearly, like the direction of your life. You could be, again, feeling very connected to your higher self with that Two of Swords, and I would pay attention to that. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion, and it's also a card that says, what are you waiting for? I really feel you could change, you again, this is like 10 years in one. I really feel you could change your life very rapidly, but again, I think it's taken like 10 years to get to this point, but I really feel your next like year is going to be a roller coaster. I know that this is a weekly reading, but I always say the universe doesn't wear a watch. Things happen when they're supposed to happen, and it just seems to me like you're at this, this point. I almost want to say breaking point, but it's not a breaking point. I don't think it's a bad thing, right? I think you're at this point in your life where it's like everything is adding up. You're connecting all the dots, and I feel it's time to get moving on something. I'm wondering, not to go off on a tangent here, but I'm wondering also if that some of you are standing in front of something that you want to do. Like maybe you want to start a business, or maybe you want to take a risk in love, or take a risk in to start a YouTube channel or write a book or whatever the hell it is, right? And it's like you're standing in front of it and you see this big mountain that you have to climb, but really I think it's going to be super easy because you have already learned what you need to do. Next, in the area of the good stuff, doesn't matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. You have this caution card. It says more going out than coming in. So again, but this is coming up in the area of the good stuff. So I would say maybe more has been going out than has been coming in, but now you're about to correct it. You have this activation card. Yes, this whole entire reading is like an activation. You're being activated to get started on something. You're activating your soul's purpose and receiving gifts. That's basically everything that I just said. So, there you go. You have the Tower, of course, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Strength card. The Tower is going to be good no matter what. So there's no doubt that you could have had a Tower moment, but, the Tower falls, and then we always rebuild it again. And I feel like you've been rebuilding your Tower for a long time. Again, the Tower could also just represent like an aha moment or a sudden realization. And so I feel a lot of you could be suddenly realizing some things that you need to work on in your life. It's like you're waking up to what you need to do, or you're having the light bulb moment that makes you very successful. So love it. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, card of independence. Nine of Pentacles is a card of kind of like she has 3 pentacles on one side, 6 on the other. So she's really kind of she uses this much right here, 3 pentacles, to invest in a situation. She doesn't like overgive in any way. She's always giving just a little bit, right, to anything that she wants to work on. What you need to realize is like that amount of energy is always growing because she keeps 6 pentacles for herself, because she always fulfills herself first. The amount she can give is always growing because she's always fulfilling herself. And so again, that 3 pentacles is like not a small amount. And, I feel for a lot of you that you have a lot of energy to give. You have the Strength card. I feel like you've been very patient, and now you're kind of like getting the rewards for all your patience. With the Tower, you have the Seven of Swords. You could have been dealing with liar, cheater, stealer in the past. There's no doubt about it. But really, the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. And so again, with the Tower and this card, I kind of feel like you're waking up to another way that you could accomplish some sort of dream in your life, or another way that you could do something that you would consider important. If you want to do something important or accomplish something important, it's almost like you're waking up to another way of doing it. Because again, the Seven of Swords can just be a card of tactics. With the Nine of Pentacles, I started the reading saying work hard, play hard. I knew something about this was going to come up because, again, I was kind of feeling something in this reading about working too much. Make sure that you're balancing the energies, of course, if you're working too much. With the Strength card, you have the Six of Swords, moving on to calmer shores. I feel like you're leaving a lot of things in the past. You're really moving forward. Very powerful change reading going on here. Again, I feel that really your life is never going to be the same again if you connect the dots. So, I would look back at your past life and see, kind of how far you've come over the last 10 years or so. And, it's like you're putting it all together. How crazy is this? You have this chain card. It says chain of events that will affect your life. But look, it's like connecting the dots. It's like a chain. That's exactly what I was seeing in my head. I'm skipping forward to the end here because, it's like this is everything that I was talking about. You have this Scales card. It says, keep your life in balance. I feel like I said that a bunch of times during this reading. So, work hard, play hard. Make sure you're balancing things out. You have the Shield card. It says, you need to defend yourself. I feel like you don't need to defend yourself. I feel that you just need to act as if. It's like there is no need to defend yourself if you just are something, right? Your results speak for themselves, right? And so that's what I would say here is that your results will speak for yourself. It's something that I've been working on this year is ignoring the comments, right? I love reading all your comments, but the mean ones is what I'm talking about, right? It's like there's nothing for me to prove. There's nothing, so my numbers speak for themselves, right? And that's what I'm getting here, is that your results will speak for themselves, and there's no need to, that's the best way to defend yourself, is just have results. You have this Dogs card. It says getting together with friends. Yeah, I think that socializing, spending time with people I feel that Hermit card, it's very much, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like maybe you've been a little bit more closed off, or maybe you've been a little bit more withdrawn. So spending time with people would be a good idea. You have this Fair Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. You have this Pin card. It says new job or career. This could be you getting a new job, number one. Number two, I feel there could be a person that helps you get a job if you need one. But pretty good reading. I like this. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.